I do not play about my time. I take my time very seriously because the thing about it is that if you waste somebody's time, that's time that they cannot get back. If you tell me you're going to be somewhere at 8 o'clock, you get a maybe 5-10 minute grace period with me. After that point, yo, where you at? Oh, you're not here? Cool, I'm gone. There comes a certain point in every single person's life, young or old, where they kind of look back and they say to themselves, well, I wish I knew this then rather than now, right? It's kind of like they always say, hindsight is always 20/20 vision. And in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down 30 lessons that I've learned before 30 that have tremendously aided me on my journey to where I am now as a young man. And I will continue to kind of take onto my life as I kind of grow. And of course, these lessons might change. Truthfully, they really only apply to me, but hopefully they might apply to you as well. Let's jump right into it. For those who are new to the channel, my name is Brian Waldron. Did over $3.5 million in 4 years in brick and mortar event space sales. Now we operate the #1 event space coaching and consulting company in America that has now helped over 600 clients start and scale their own venue. The first lesson that I've really learned when it comes down to success that I've had in my career is do one thing really, really well. Now, success doesn't come from juggling multiple businesses, and I really don't like this lore that is kind of propagated in the media where it's like multiple streams of income, and like, yeah, but it doesn't come from all these different businesses. It comes from mastering one thing. And I, for myself, have been one person who has fallen victim to this because it's like, it's not true and it doesn't work. People might talk about, oh yeah, well, Elon Musk, he runs different businesses. He runs PayPal, he runs Tesla, he runs SpaceX. Okay, cool, but you're not Elon Musk. Elon Musk has the brand and the money to go ahead and build out these infrastructures where he can go ahead and hire the best talent. He can hire the best recruiter. He can hire the best operator. He can hire the best media team, and he doesn't have to be there controlling the entire system. He can have other people control it for him. But until that point, you're not Elon Musk, and neither am I. And I thought I was too at one point. But the sooner you realize that, the better you get at mastering just really, really one thing. And then here's the thing, right? Once you get really, really good at one thing, obviously at a certain point, your cup will overflow. And then you're gonna have this extra money and these extra dividends that you can now go ahead and put into these other businesses, into these other things, but it doesn't mean that you should. It doesn't mean that you should. The second lesson is don't confuse multiple streams with multiple distractions, which kind of stems off from the first one, okay? When it comes down to multiple streams, like you can have, and I always love the baker example, right? Because it's something I know nothing about, but I just utilize it to make the point to everybody, right? Say for example, you have a baker. Well, a baker doesn't need to go ahead and have a bakery and a car rental shop and an Airbnb and a real estate or whatever the case may be. A baker could have, he has his baked goods, he can teach classes, he can sell ingredients, he can sell recipes, he can rent out his storefront when it's not being used. That's already 5 different streams of income. What do they say? The average millionaire has 7 or whatever the case may be. And he didn't even have to leave his storefront. He got all 5 of these income streams just from that original one business. The third lesson that I really want to talk about is automate your wealth. Automate savings as much as possible. It's so funny because I was literally just looking at my bank account, and if you don't already do that, look at your bank account every single day. One of the things that I was doing just now is I like to look at my bank account every single day, and I noticed these small withdrawals on one of my checking accounts, and I was just like, what is this from? And I remembered I had this app. I use this app called Digit. I think they renamed it Opportune now, where you could essentially automate these micro savings. So the way it works is with like a little algorithm. They measure your spending and your savings and whatever the case may be, and they say, okay, cool. Brian can comfortably go ahead and save $20 a day or $30 a day or whatever the case may be, right? So with that being said, now it's like, sorry, my little Blistex break. So now it's like, without you even thinking about it, you're saving $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, whatever the case may be. And now you can go ahead and just wake up one day and it's like, oh shoot, I have an extra $5,000, I have an extra $10,000 for a rainy day or whatever the case may be. But you weren't even thinking about it. You just automated it. Automate your wealth. The fourth lesson that I learned that really, really sticks home is diversifying too early will cost you. Now, one of the biggest things, and a lot of people don't know this, but like I had bought a property a couple years ago and didn't really do too much with it just because obviously I was focusing on my company. So with that being said, it didn't perform too well, ended up kind of being a big burden to me to the point where we eventually had to sell it, right? That, in my opinion, set my net worth back, because if I took that same money that I put on that property that now has not done anything for me, if I put it into maybe investing in skills or maybe even Bitcoin or whatever the case may be, I would have been a lot farther along. But because I tried to diversify too early, it ended up hurting me on the back end, which is why I feel like I'm the perfect advocate for telling people, young or old, hey, Focus on what you're good at. Number 5, one bold move can change everything. I remember earlier on in my career when I had gotten fired as a server and I came to my family and I was just like, hey, I think I'm gonna go all in on this event space thing. And a lot of them dissuaded me from it. A lot of them were kind of thinking to themselves like, hey, like because I come from a West Indian background, I come from an Indian background, so it's just kind of like, education is very, very favored. Traditional education is very, very favored for many reasons, right? I was kind of looked at as a black sheep. Like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to go out and do this thing when you can just, get a job somewhere? And for me, it wasn't necessarily about proving myself. It was that I knew I was destined for more. Like, I would rather try and fail than not try at all, which is why I'm so gung-ho on entrepreneurship, because I will always bet the bank on myself. Number 6, you're already that guy or gal, act like it. The moment, like this kind of goes back to the last one, where there was a certain point in my server career or, my corporate America career, whatever the case may be, when I realized that I can do a lot more. Now, there's a lot of you who are watching this video who would probably wrap rings around your boss, around your employee, around whatever the case may be, but you're so afraid of going out and trying it and failing that you will constantly work under somebody else. And I'm not downplaying a 9-to-5. That's not what this is about. I'm not downplaying a 9-to-5 whatsoever. There are people who need to work a 9-to-5. Not everybody's built for this entrepreneurship game. Sometimes I feel like I'm not even built for it. But there's a difference between not being built for it and not even at least trying. And the last thing I want to do as a man is be on my deathbed and know that I could have done more. Number 7, which kind of stems from my last one, entrepreneurship is not for everyone. Once you have tried it and you've tried it and you've tried it again and like, hey, look, listen, I'm just really not built for this, maybe it's time to go back to the job. Now, here's the thing, right? Like, I'm not saying, let's not confuse failure with giving up. Right? Like, everybody fails. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. But then at a certain point, you do have to kind of look in the mirror and say, hey, maybe I'm not built for this. If being an entrepreneur, whatever the case may be, has you questioning your morals, has you questioning your ability to succeed, has you stressing you out, has you ruining your relationship with your family on bad terms, or whatever the case may be, maybe it might be time to pack it up. But at least you tried. And the big TLDR here is that a lot of people have not even gotten to that level of trying. Number 8, and this is I'm kind of gonna breeze through this one. The missed Bitcoin play. Bitcoin right now is like 120,000. I wish I had more inside, but then it kind of goes back to what I was saying before, hindsight is always 20/20. Number 9, and we're gonna kind of pivot here into kind of like less of the money, but more of the relationships. But number 9 is you should absolutely be looking up to your circle. If the people around you don't motivate you and excite you with what they're doing, then maybe it's time to be around people who do. One of the best things that I ever did was I got out of my way. I got out of my own way. I got out of New York, and not in New York, like New York was holding me back, but like I ventured out to other masterminds and conferences to see people making more, doing more, and being more. And for me, like, I wanted to be around people who inspired me and not just people who, like, let's say tolerate me or just I have a good time with. I want to be around people who inspire me. And like, even now, like, I don't think I'm competitive, but just seeing people do better than me, I want to get to that level as well. Like, I want to grow, and which is why even now we're making certain shifts, making certain changes in the company, things like that, because I feel like we're not living up to our potential. Number 10. Ooh, this is a big one. This is a big one. Protect your time like it's sacred. Protect your time like it's sacred. All my friends, all my family know I do not play about my time. If you tell me you're going to be somewhere at 8 o'clock and you know that you're not going to get there until 8:10, 8:15, you better let me know or else I'm gone. You get a maybe 5-10 minute grace period with me. After that point, yo, where you at? Oh, you're not here? Cool, I'm gone. I do not play about my time. I take my time very seriously, because the thing about it is that if you waste somebody's time, that's time that they cannot get back. And not everybody looks at their time the same way. I know a lot of people who are just like, oh yeah, it's okay. You can show up 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever the case may be. And that's fine for you. It's not fine for me. And one of the biggest things that I had a conversation with one of my friends about is that if somebody is wasting your time, you have to take it away from them. Because what you tolerate, you validate. And I am not going to tolerate or validate somebody coming into my life and wasting my precious time that I work very, very hard for. Number 11, time respect is the new loyalty. If you do not value my time, you do not value me. If you do not treat my time as if it's your own, how do I know that you're gonna treat me with the same respect that you would want somebody to treat you? I am so big on time respect. If I'm running 2 to 3 minutes late, I will literally text you, hey, quick voice note, 2 to 3 minutes late, which is another thing. I love voice notes now. I spam voice notes. If it's just a quick, hey, just wanted to let you know I'm gonna be super busy today, but I'll see you at 8 o'clock, it takes 8 seconds. I have literally let people go in my company because they cannot do something. If you cannot take the time to show respect to somebody else's time in the company, we can't do that. And I pay everybody's salaries. Number 12, if it does not serve you, let it go. There are a lot of relationships that I've come across in my life where at a certain point I realize, and I've told people this directly, I say, hey, this relationship does not serve me. Like, I see you're still reaching out and that's cool. We're acquainted, we know of each other, but this relationship does not serve me. So I don't wanna waste your time and I don't wanna waste mine either. So I'd appreciate if we just don't do this. And this could be with people you're friends with, people that you're dating, whatever the case may be. But I consider myself a pretty direct person, and that just helped me move along and navigate my life a lot easier. So with that being said, if it does not serve me, I'm gonna let it go. There's no point in us keeping relationships around and they just do not serve us. Number 13, mirror the energy you want. You gotta communicate how you expect to be communicated with. You gotta treat people the way you wanna be treated. You gotta go ahead and make sure. There's a great book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, where it's like the same energy that I bring to somebody I would want to bring to myself. Like, I consider myself a pretty lighthearted person. I consider myself, I like to joke around, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I respect people's time. I respect people, and I never have any malicious intent. I would never want to defraud somebody. I would never want to make them feel less than. So if you don't want that for yourself, you have to give it to somebody else as well. Number 14, excuse me, almost skipped one. Love does not mean alignment. You can love somebody deeply and still not be meant to build a life with them. There have been several relationships where amazing women, like great people, but we weren't on the same path. We weren't building the same things. Maybe I wanted to build it, she wanted to spend it, she wanted to spend it, I wanted to build it, who knows? But I mean, at the end of the day, like, you can love somebody and care about them a lot, just not be meant to build with them. Number 15, planning unlocks power. One of the biggest things that goes back to the time, is I live by my calendar. If it's not on my calendar, I can't track it. I don't even know if it happened or not. I can't even commit to something like that. For example, I had a very close person in my life take me out for my birthday. I had to literally block the entire day off of my calendar. And I told them, I was just like, hey, look, listen, if it's not on my calendar, I'm probably gonna forget. Because that's what I go by. How can I know? I have so many different things coming along in my life that I want to make sure that this is structured and this is in place so that I can go ahead and make sure that I do not forget. Period, point blank, period. Number 16, this is probably a personal one, but coffee first, everything else after. I always start my day with a cup of coffee. And yes, that just might be, I actually researched like how much caffeine you have to have in a day to make sure that like you're still like alive and kicking at like 70 or something like that. And I'm far from it, so I'm good. Nobody needs to worry or anything like that. But that's just one of my things when it comes down to getting my day going. I need just a little bit of caffeine, you feel me? Number 17, this is a big productivity one, right? Kill the phone, keep the focus. I cannot work with my phone around me. And I mean work, like not press buttons on my computer, like actually work. I cannot work with my phone near me. Like, I have to put it in a separate room. Because here's the thing, right? Every other time you're looking at your phone, you check a quick message, you check Slack, you check email, you check Instagram, whatever the case may be. And now it's like, you have to get back into that mode of working. I don't want to do that. When I'm working, I'm locked in, I'm focused. I have my little, where is it at? I have my little timer that I set the time for how much time I have to work or whatever the case may be. And then I get it done. Right? I can't have my phone near me because it's going to kill the focus. Number 18, motivation is optional, discipline is required. Am I the most disciplined person in the world? No. But I'm a lot more disciplined than a lot of people. And it's one of the things that I realized about myself when my mom even said it to me. She's like, Brian, like, one thing about you is that when you kind of set a goal, like you go after it with everything you got, and like you can be disciplined to the point where you get it done. And I'm like, nobody else is gonna do it for me. If you can't control your own impulses and your own emotions and your own day, you're just not gonna get anything done. And if you like, and people talk about this motivation, like, oh, I get unmotivated, I get this like, fuck your motivation, bro. Fuck your motivation. Like discipline, like sometimes you just gotta do it. You gotta keep your why at the back of your mind. For a long time, my why was, retiring my mom. Did it. Now my why is just to be a bigger and better person. I do not want to leave this earth with anything left in the tank. That is my why now. I want to achieve the biggest and best and greatest things. I want everything else. I want fuck you money. I want to be able to do things and change the world. I see the things that Mr. Beast is able to do, and I'm like, whoa, like I want to do stuff like that. Just make a big impact. Because at the end of the day, you gotta put all your chips back on the table and the game starts over for somebody else. You can't take it with you. So I wanna leave with nothing left. I love what Bill Gates is doing right now, where he wants to donate 99% of his wealth. And I love that. Because at the end of the day, you have to put all the chips back at the table. How much, like at a certain point, your life can't really change that much. Like, I'm pretty sure Bill Gates has driven all the nicest cars and the big houses, whatever. Like, he's good. But the impact that money will do for other people, breathtaking, honestly. Number 19, data over drama. Big one. Big one, right, Mishmash? Big one, right, Mishmash? Data over drama. I do not like making subjective decisions. I like making objective decisions, and you can only make an objective decision based on the data. So if you're not tracking and looking at these different things, how are you making a right decision? So with that being said, the closer you can get towards putting data into any type of decision, it's like, say for example, right? Let's use something completely far-fetched, right? Say for example, your wife comes to you and she's just like, hey, should I wear the pink dress or the black dress? And you literally had an AI that can go ahead and like scan it that would say, okay, cool. Based on her skin tone or whatever the case may be, the pink dress would look a lot better. That's data. Yeah, she might like the black dress more, and that's cool, that's a personal decision. But at the end of the day, I mean, like if she's trying to get looks, if she's trying to get eyeballs or whatever the case may be, or she's just trying to like stunt, let's use that data. That was a completely far-fetched decision. I hope that didn't, I hope that doesn't I hope it gets to the right audience, and I hope y'all get my point, right? Cool. Number 20, not all productivity is productive. Some habits, they feel efficient, but they're not really doing anything for you. Like people who talk about these crazy morning routines and this and that, you know what my morning routine is? I have a cup of coffee, I wash my face, I have a protein shake for breakfast, and I'm at work. I walk over here to my home office. That's it. 25 minutes. That's all that takes. That's it. People be doing all these other things like red light sauna and black light this and blue light this and what, like, get to work. Like, when does the work start? I remember being on an interview and this kid was telling me about his morning routine, and I'm just like, so when do you actually get any work done? Like what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Number 21, your biggest L's are lessons in disguise. I love failure. I want to fail and fail fast, because the sooner I fail, the sooner I learn, the sooner I can test. People take so long just to figure out. Like, I was literally talking to my creative director today, the other day, and I'm just like, dude, like, you're waiting for perfection. Like, oh, you want to fix this hook, you want to fix this, you want to fix that. 3-4 days go by and this thing flops. Now what? Put it out there and then fix it after. That's it. That's how you get the data. That's how you move fast. And that's what I have to constantly train my team on. I want to fail fast. Test. We can test everything. And so we know what's better and what's worse, right? Number 22, self-belief is a superpower. At the end of the day, no one's gonna believe in you like you. Self-belief is a superpower, right? You don't suffer from imposter syndrome because all you have to do is do the work. If you feel that you're an imposter, well, one, look at what you've done in the past, and then if you feel that you haven't done enough, do some more. That's the only way to get out of imposter syndrome. Either think less of yourself or be higher than yourself. Not the way that y'all are talking about, relax. One way or the other. That's the only way to get out of imposter syndrome. Either think less of yourself, so bring your thoughts down to your level where you are now, or the better one to go is raise yourself to the level where you should be. It's that simple. Number 23, blame the offer, not the market. Thinking you saturate, like I love when people say, oh my God, there's too much competition, it's oversaturated. I don't believe in oversaturation. I don't believe in competition. I believe in lacking a unique selling proposition. That's what I believe in. I believe in that you're just not differentiated enough where the market recognizes your offer. That's it. That's all I believe. Your offer just needs improvement. Your venue needs improvement, your Airbnb, your real estate property, whatever the case may be, you need to bring something different to the market. Number 24, stay humble, stay hungry. I was at a mastermind a few months ago, and a guy was just like, hey, how do you keep yourself grounded like when you're making a lot of money? And he's just like, how much money do you make? And I'm like, how much money do you make? He's like, 100K. I'm like, a week? He's like, no, like a year. I'm like, you see what I just did there? There's people who make 100K a week. You don't. Get back to work. Number 25, risk is the price of reward. Risk is the price of reward. You cannot grow and play it safe all the time. Like, yeah, cool. Like, you can live a nice, easy Kia life. You know, you have your 9 to 5, you pay your bills on time, you kiss your wife goodnight at the end of the day, or whatever the case may be. Cool, but that ain't no fun, and that ain't gonna get you to where you wanna go. Unless that's what you want to go. Maybe you're Amish or something like that, and that's what you want to do. But I don't think it's what you want, Playboy. I don't think it's what you want. Right? Number 26, lose like a leader. Right? Like, I don't believe in getting emotional about business. Business is not something to get emotional about. Everything is objective. Like, people, like, I've seen employees leave, I've seen things break, this, that, the third. And people always ask me, like, are you why are you not mad or anything? I'm just like, it's business. Ain't nothing to get emotional about. It's just business. Something happened, something broke, we didn't put enough contingencies in place, we didn't put enough system of redundancies, we didn't have the right people, like things happen. There's no point being emotional about it. Number 27, live by timeless principles, right? You should always be able to get back to center through some type of philosophy. And one of the best philosophies that I love is the character versus personality ethic. I love to change the lens in which I see the world rather than the individual traits. And this is something that I got from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey, where he talks about the character over the personality ethic. And that's what wins the long game. Understanding there's a circle of influence and there's a non-circle of influence. There are things that you can control and there are things that you can't. Focus on what you can. Number 28, this is such a big one. Volume negates luck. Volume negates luck. As I've gotten older, one of the biggest things that I've realized that whenever I want to get better at something, I just increase the volume and frequency in which I do it. That's it. I just like, you want to get better at golf, golf more. You want to get better at swimming, swim more. You want to get better at business, business more. It's that simple. It's not about being lucky. It's about doing so much that its success becomes inevitable. Number 29, purpose is what you give the world. There's been a long time where I never really considered purpose or what it really meant or whatever the case may be. But what I realized is that it's like, what is the best contribution that you can make to the world? If your best contribution is helping people with their mental health, if your best contribution is building affordable housing, whatever the case may be, then that's your purpose. And live through that. Your purpose is whatever you determine it to be. And then last but not least, number 30, growth is quiet. When no one is watching, what is the work that you're still doing? Because the applause isn't the point. I never look for praise. I'm gonna do what's required, whether somebody's watching or not, whether there's an audience or not, or whatever the case may be. What is it, like, the growth and the work that you do at the end of the day is what matters. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Guys, my name is Brian Waldron. I hope this video has helped you as the way as it helped me recording it. At the end of the day, like I mentioned before, my number one goal is I don't want to leave this earth with anything left in the tank. I want to give it all I got. I want to give it all I got. Well, guys, my name is Brian Waldron. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Drop some ideas in the channel, things of that nature. A lot of this stuff is going to be going on our podcast, The Blueprint with Brian Waldron, as well. But in the meantime, in between time, let's get it. Let's go.